some sun. Welcome, my rays of sunshine. It's wonderful to have you for another day of Bhagavad Gita study or enjoyment or sadhana or practice or whatever you want to call it. And we do have a very special guest today. Oh, good, he took a break. We're looking at Samatvam, or being yourself, no matter what happens, which simple concept, harder to practice than we may believe. We're looking one more time, promise, this is the last time, at chapter 6, verse 7. And one of the reasons I'm coming back to it is I heard myself say something a couple days ago about being a yoga therapist and being at a yoga therapy convention, and I had bad sinusitis. And I was thinking, what will the other yoga therapists think of me? Because we all know yoga, and there's this idea of keeping ourselves super healthy because we study yoga. And it was actually the first time I had had any kind of sickness since before the pandemic. I never got COVID, knock on everything. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even had a cold. So for years and years, I was very healthy, but I got sinusitis, allergies probably, because the allergens are out of control this year. And I felt shame. And then one of the things I mentioned a couple days ago, you may have heard it was kind of quickly tossed off toward the end, is, this idea as a yoga teacher, how much you're judged by your body. And we're a very body-oriented culture. I mentioned, you can be thought of as a good yoga teacher until, like, you haven't a physical trauma of some sort, an accident or a necessary surgery or anything that happens like that. And suddenly it's different. Or even just getting older, the body does that, right? And instead of honoring our bodies for all they do, and it's said, in so many traditions, so many, that having a human body, a human embodiment, a human experience is special. It's sacred. We talk about the divine coming down and putting on a human form to interact with us directly, as Krishna is said to have done in the Bhagavad Gita, to interact with his embodied friend, Arjun. In the Bhagavad Gita and in the Mahabharata, the heroes and even the bad guys are shown to take tremendous care of their bodies. They realize it's a special gift. And every day, no matter how busy they are as kings or soldiers, they set aside time to tend to their body, to its needs, and to its needs on that particular day. So I'm going to, are you calm right now? I'm going to have our special guest star, Oliver, come out. It's his birthday. And Oliver, as many of you know, is the yoga cat. And the reason I'm going to have him come out is, well, when I first got to enter Oliver's life 5.5 years ago, his body was quite different. He had his head and his body about the same size. Now, as many of you have seen, it's quite different. He's got a head and a body. He is not ashamed of his body. He tends to be on the sturdy side, chunky side, shall we say, and he doesn't care. And the amazing thing is, as he gets older, he's so in his skin and he's so comfortable in his skin. He doesn't think back. I don't see any of these regrets. When I was a kitten, I used to be able to run around and do this. And now I'm an older cat and I feel bad about getting older. So I'm going to do all these things kittens do. And I'm going to run around like a maniac and hurt myself. But we humans are being conditioned to be ashamed of our bodies, especially as we get older, we don't honor our bodies. I mean, think about it. I am not a child. I do not weigh the amount a child does. I don't have the joints, the bone structure that a child does. I cannot run around like I used to when I was 3 or 4, going, Mom, why are you just sitting there when we're at the play park? Why aren't you climbing everything? Why aren't you running around? And Mom would just be like, I'm cool. But, you know, we wouldn't expect that out of our pets, our animals. They don't act the same when they get older and have a different body. Why do we go, oh, my body is getting older, but I have to force it to be like it was when it was younger? I have to run around like I used to. I have to have the same shape of body as I used to. It has to function exactly like it used to. There's such an element of shame that instead of honoring, I mean, this is an amazing gift, as Deb Smith, the very wise Deb Smith, who is big into yoga anatomy, said, we get stuck on what's not working in our bodies, what's broken, but it's actually a wonder that they work it all. The body is so complex, so many things going on. And instead of going, this is marvelous, what can I do for my body? If we took care of our bodies like we did our pets' bodies, with Oliver, I get him the best food I can afford. I check the ingredients. I make sure he has playtime at least 3 times a day, as well as cognitive stimulation appropriate for his developmental level. Okay. I take good care. And this can be reflected. I mean, he hasn't had to go to the vet except for well checkups, and he fell down. He fell off of something once and landed on his tail wrong. But other than that, he's 6. He hasn't been sick. We don't expect our pets to get sick like we might expect ourselves. Why? What are we not doing for ourselves that we would do for another embodied being, for our plants even? Oh, sorry. To keep them healthy. Why won't we do that? Why aren't we honoring our bodies? So today I'm inviting you to honor your body. I'm going to be honoring my body in the physical practice by modifying for my left knee, which is getting older. And you know something? I'm going to go with it. Probably for the rest of this year, I'm going to be doing things differently than I was for the first part. And that's okay, because this knee has done a lot for me. Thank you. I'm not going to treat you like I did when I was 3. All right. So please take care of honor your body. Honor this amazing thing as we do our balance pose. I'm going to get my partner. Partner pose day. Oh, come here, guy. Oh, my big-headed guy. My big-bodied guy. Let's do tapestry. I know. Happy birthday. Ready? Okay. Let's switch sides. I'm modifying, especially because I have a bitey cat. As we settle for contemplation, I'll read to you one more time, chapter 6, verse 7. The true self of the self-controlled stays balanced in the cold and heat, in pleasure and in suffering, in honor and in shame alike. As we do our contemplation for 5 minutes, can you contemplate how to honor this amazing physical body that you have? Are you going to meditate with me? We'll find out. Bonk. Let's do this for 5. I love you too. Welcome back. I wonder how that went for you. For me, I have this overwhelming sense of gratitude, body. Thank you for all you've done for me, for the home you're providing for me in the material world, for how you heal after trauma, for how you take on different shapes, colors, abilities in all the beings on this planet. Often people will say, Namaste, the divine in me greets the divine in you. Today I say, the embodiment of me greets that sacred and honorable embodiment of you. Until I get to use my eyes to see your body again, may you find honor in yourself. And happy birthday, Ollie.